So the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour has just concluded, and they just announced all the new content and everything that's going to be happening for Dragon Ball Fighterz coming soon. And to say it is underwhelming is a huge understatement. They had a whole section set out for Dragon Ball Fighterz and had to show off the new character Android 21 lab coat. So this is where players were hoping to see new content, as this would be an amazing-ish time for them to actually show off new content for the game. Dragon Ball Fighterz trying to get Rollback Netcode is one of the most probably vocal things recently in the FGC. And this was literally one of the last hopes to actually have Rollback Netcode announced. This is also a start to see if Android 21 lab coat was actually going to be the start of Season 4, and if we were actually going to have a balance patch announced or anything else. So, what did they announce during the event? Well, they did show up Android 21 lab coat, and they offered up absolutely diddly else. They did not say anything about Rollback Netcode. They did not say anything about Season 4. They did not say anything about a sequel. They did not say anything about a balance patch. They were completely and utterly silent. Now, I'm not trying to put huge emphasis on this, but saying that this absolutely was just crushingly depressing was an understatement. Fuck, we could have just heard that Dragon Ball Fighterz 2 was announced and in development, and that would have been enough. People would have been completely and utterly pleased. What they did do was they announced Rollback Netcode for BlazBlue during the event. That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Arc System Works. Thanks, Bandai Namco. Thank you. Dragon Ball Fighterz is by far the most successful Dragon Ball game out there. It just definitely is, without a doubt. And it's absolutely just freaking insane that we have not had more support for the game. Now, not trying to go on and on and on and say like, oh, look, the game has been just neglected. Other games definitely also have a very, very, very close problem to this. Other games that are esports definitely suffer from a similar problem. But regardless, unlike other esports where say is League of Legends or CSGO, fighting games do not have nearly as longevity as other titles. Normally we get a sequel announced after a few years and continue on from there. But we have gotten no new content and no sequel announced. It is absolutely extremely depressing that we're not even getting a balance patch with the release of the new character. But not having a new balance patch is just unheard of. This is probably what you've seen actually explode on Twitter after the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour, where you see a lot of professional players unfortunately saying that this is just a lot of disappointment, and actually some players actually saying that they are done playing the game. Now, this may be a bit drastic in some spots, honestly, but without a doubt, it's very, very depressing. A lot of people have said this is very, very ridiculously similar to what happened with Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where it did not get a lot of support. The only difference is Marvel vs. Capcom 3 actually got a sequel. The sequel did not do fantastic in the slightest, and did not even show up at EVO. Freaking hell. But they did actually get a sequel, where Dragon Ball Fighterz still has not gotten a sequel. Probably the most absolutely baffling thing is, fans are saying that if Arc System Works released a literal patch for the game that added Rollback Netcode, but it was a paid patch, it was a paid expansion, they would be happily able to pay for it. Whether this be literally just additional content or a full game, literally just with Rollback Netcode. And I really want to emphasize this, that players are literally wanting to purchase the game a second time with no new content, but with Rollback Netcode. Things that have been added in other games for free. People would actually pay for the update. This is actually the equivalent of paying for the opportunity to pay for your food at McDonald's. And still, we get absolutely no freaking word of what could happen with Dragon Ball Fighter sequels or Rollback Netcode. So what do I think is going to happen with Dragon Ball Fighterz? I think at this point we could potentially get new characters. We could not get new characters. I have no freaking clue. What I think is likely is we're not going to be getting a Season 4. We might get new patches later after we freaking annoy the hell out of Arc System Works. I think Android 21 lab code is actually going to be the last character, and I think from here on we're only going to get balance patches. I think Season 4 is unlikely. As unlikely as I think we're not getting Rollback Netcode in Dragon Ball Fighterz. I've talked about this so many freaking times. all these other videos. I think we're gonna be waiting for a sequel for Dragon Ball Fighterz. But unfortunately, that's where I just think things are right now with Dragon Ball Fighterz. It's literally up to Bandai Namco right now whether we actually do get Rollback Netcode or not. It's actually technically not in our System Works hands, but regardless of who actually makes the decision, I'm saying we're not gonna get Rollback Netcode anytime real quick. But what makes things more complicated is the fact that Dragon Ball Fighterz is gonna be one of the main titles shown at EVO 2022, which just adds more problems to everything, but it is still good to actually see people wanting to actually see this game being played. People are still actually wanting to play the game, but all the other problems definitely do not go away by having the game at EVO. Well, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry to leave it off on a depressing point, but unfortunately there's not really a lot to go on for optimism. Still trying to work on new videos coming out, more for Project L, Dragon Ball Fighterz. I actually have some new videos hopefully coming out for Guilty Gear Strive and even Elden Ring, but the way work is, it is very difficult to actually find time to edit videos. It's difficult. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please go check Twitter. Please go check Twitch. And just remember, Ninja can forward close drops.